The lock clicked. The sound was small, but it landed in my chest like a stone dropping into deep water. My hand stayed on the handle. My back stayed to him. I could feel his eyes on me, heavy, waiting, hungry. Before you listen further, let me remind you, this is Yaoi Darkroom. We don't do sweet. We do obsession, envy, and the kind of tension that makes your skin burn. If you want to feel what I felt that night, the fear, the want, the helplessness, press subscribe. Stay with me, because what comes next? It only gets darker. Turn around, Kangdae said. I didn't move. He laughed. Soft, low. The kind of laugh that doesn't come from humor. Came from somewhere darker. Skay, Teo? No. Then turn around. I turned. He was sitting on the edge of his bed, elbows on his knees, leaning forward like a hunter waiting for his prey to make the wrong move. The lamp on his nightstand threw half of his face into shadow, but his eyes, those dark, hungry eyes, caught the light. They were fixed on me, unblinking. Come here, he said. No. You locked the door, so I could leave when I wanted. You could have left before you locked it. He stood, slow. Is that a threat? It's a fact. My pulse was a wild drum in my throat. I was sure he could see it jumping. I was sure he could hear it. You're shaking, he murmured. His free hand came up. His fingers brushed my jaw. They were warm, slightly rough. Your heart is going crazy. I can feel it from here. I swallowed. My throat clicked. He watched it move. You think about this, he said. Every night. Alone. I know you do. So do you. Of course I do. He smiled. It wasn't kind. I'm not the one pretending. Pretending what? Pretending you don't want this. Pretending you don't want me. I grabbed his wrist. Not to push him away. Just to hold on. His skin was hot under my fingers. I could feel his pulse too faster than he was letting on. You're arrogant. I'm honest. Same thing. No. He tilted his head. A strand of his dark hair fell across his forehead. Arrogance is believing I deserve you. Honesty is knowing you'll stay anyway. He stepped back. The loss of his heat made me shiver. He walked to the bed and lay down on his back, staring at the ceiling with his arms behind his head. The door's unlocked, he said. You can leave if you want. A pause. Or you can stay. I stayed. That first night, nothing physical happened. I sat on the floor with my back against the wall, knees drawn up to my chest. He lay on the bed. We talked stupid things. A test I failed. A fight he had with his father. A song stuck in my head. He laughed once. A real laugh. His whole face changed, softer, younger, almost human. I hated that I noticed. I hated that I wanted to hear it again. I fell asleep on his floor. The hard carpet left ridges on my cheek. I woke up on his bed. He was gone. A blanket was draped over me. The door was unlocked. I left before anyone saw. That was the first night. The second night, he kissed me. His lips were rough, impatient, like he was trying to prove something. The third night, my hands were in his hair. It was soft. I hated how soft it was. The fourth night, his hands were down my pants. Tell me to stop. We were on his bed. The lamp was off. The only light came from the window, cold blue moonlight that painted his skin silver. His hand was inside my jeans, fingers wrapped around me, not moving, just holding. I could feel every ridge of his palm, every callus. Tell me to stop, he said again. I didn't. He moved his hand. Slow, rough. The friction sent sparks up my spine. My back arched off the mattress. I grabbed the sheets, twisted them in my fists. You're already hard, he said. His voice was thick. You've been thinking about this all day. I've been thinking about punching you. Same thing. He moved faster. The sound of it wet, slick, filled the quiet room. I reached for him, fumbled with his belt. My fingers were clumsy, shaking. He laughed, a short, breathy sound. Eager. Shut up. I wrapped my hand around him. He hissed. He was thick, hot, pulsing. The skin was velvet over iron. We're not having sex, he said. Then what are we doing? Something worse. He pressed his forehead against mine. His breath was ragged, hot on my lips. Our hands moved together. Fast. Desperate. The edge of the bed creaked. The headboard knocked against the wall. His breath was loud in my ear. Mine was loud in his. You feel that? He whispered. That's everything I've wanted. I've wanted to kill you. Same thing. I could feel it building, that tight coil in my groin, the tingling at the base of my spine. His breathing changed, became a low, steady groan. His hips jerked into my hand. We were both close. Then his phone rang. He ignored it. It rang again. Ignore it, I said. It's her. Who? My girlfriend. My hand went still. My whole body went cold. The heat vanished like someone had dumped ice water over me. I felt suddenly exposed, stupid, used. You have a girlfriend. I have a lot of things. You didn't tell me. You didn't ask. The phone stopped ringing. Then it started again. He reached for it, looked at the screen. The blue light lit up his face, his jaw tight. His lips pressed into a thin line. What are you going to tell her? I asked. The truth. That we're in your bed with our hands down each other's pants? He smiled. It was cold. That I'm busy. He silenced the call, tossed the phone onto the floor. It skidded across the carpet. Where were we? You were lying to me. I never lied. You assumed. I pushed him off. Sat up. My jeans were undone. My hands were shaking. My heartbeat was a wild thing trapped in my chest. And it wasn't from desire anymore. It was from something else. Something hot and ugly. Who is she? I asked. Does it matter? She's your girlfriend. It matters. She's nobody. Then why is she your girlfriend? He looked away. Because you weren't an option. The words landed like stones, heavy, cold, final. You're an ass. I know. He reached for me. I slapped his hand away. The sound was sharp in the quiet room. Don't. You're angry. You're damn right I'm angry. Because I have a girlfriend? He laughed, a bitter, ugly sound. Or because you're jealous? My face burned. I could feel the heat spreading down my neck. I wanted to hit him. I wanted to kiss him. I wanted to disappear. I'm not jealous of someone you clearly don't care about. You're not answering the question. Neither are you. We stared at each other. The silence was thick, suffocating. I could hear the blood rushing in my ears. She called you, I said, while you had your hand on me, while I had my hand on you, and you silenced her like she was nothing. She is nothing. Then why is she still your girlfriend? Why haven't you ended it? He didn't answer. His jaw worked. His fists clenched on the sheets. He looked away at the wall, at the window, anywhere but me. It's complicated, he said. No, it's not. You're either mine or you're hers. You don't get both. There's no mine. We're nothing. The word hung in the air, nothing. It echoed in my chest. Hollow. Cold. I laughed. Sounded hollow even to me. You're right, I said. We're nothing. I stood up, walked to the door. My hand hovered over the lock. If you walk out now, he said, she wins. Wins what? You. She wins because you ran. I unlocked the door, opened it. Cold air from the hallway rushed in, raising goosebumps on my arms. I'm not running, I said. I'm choosing me. You're choosing to be alone. Better than being your second choice. I stepped out, didn't look back. Behind me, I heard him curse. Something hit the wall, a fist, a pillow, I don't know. The door slammed. I walked to my room, locked the door, sat on my bed in the dark. My hands were still shaking. My jeans were still undone. I could still feel his hand on me, the heat, the pressure, the way his thumb moved. I could still smell him on my skin. My phone buzzed. Asterisk, you're not nothing. Asterisk. I didn't reply. Another buzz. Asterisk, she's coming over tomorrow. I'll end it. Asterisk. Another. Asterisk, are you ignoring me? Asterisk. Another. Asterisco fine. Be angry, but you're still mine. Asterisk. I typed back, Asterisk. I'm not yours. I'm not hers. I'm nothing. Remember. Asterisk. 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. Then nothing. The next morning I saw her. She was pretty, dark hair, bright smile, the kind of girl who laughed easily and touched his arm when she talked. She had her hand on his bicep, leaning close, laughing at something he said. He saw me. His face didn't change, but his hand, the one she was touching, he pulled it away. She didn't notice. She kept laughing, kept touching. I walked past them, didn't look back, but I felt his eyes on me, burning, following. My phone buzzed in my pocket. Asterisk. Tonight. My room. We finish this. Asterisk. I didn't answer. The rest of the day was a blur. I sat through classes, stared at whiteboards, heard nothing. My mind was stuck on loop, his hand on me, her hand on his arm, the way he silenced her call like she was nothing. Like I was nothing. The final bell rang. I grabbed my bag and headed for the exit. I wasn't going to his room. I wasn't going anywhere near him. I turned the corner toward the back stairwell, the one no one used. A hand grabbed my collar, yanked me sideways. I stumbled. A door slammed. Darkness. My back hit a wall. His body pressed against mine. The smell of him, soap, sweat, anger, filled my nostrils. Kong Dae. Shut up. His forearm was across my chest, pinning me. His other hand braced against the wall beside my head. The only light came from a crack under the door. I could barely see his face, just the shape of his jaw, the glint of his eyes, the rise and fall of his chest. "Why are you acting cold?" he demanded. His voice was low, shaking. "Cold?" I laughed. Came out bitter, sharp. "Didn't you say we were nothing?" I was angry. So was I. "Then fight me. Don't ignore me." I shoved him. He didn't move. I shoved harder. He stepped back half a step. "Get off me, Kong Dae. Not until you tell me what you want. I want you to leave me alone. Liar. Fuck you." He grabbed my chin. His fingers dug into my jaw, forcing my face up. "You wanna fuck me. There's a difference. I wanna forget I ever locked that door." He went still. His hand dropped. I could feel the absence of his touch like a cold wind. "Say that again." "No." "Say it." I looked him in the eye. In the dim light, his pupils were blown wide. His lips were parted. He was breathing hard. "I'm ending it," I said. "Whatever this was, it's over." The silence stretched, thick, suffocating. I could hear him swallow. "You don't mean that," he said. "I mean every word." He was quiet for a long moment. When he spoke again, his voice was low, rough, like gravel scraping concrete. "If you're not mine, I'll fucking kill you." I stared at him. My heart stopped. Then it started again, harder. "What?" "You heard me." He stepped closer. His chest touched mine. I could feel his heartbeat, fast, wild. "I can't go back to watching you from across the room. I can't go back to pretending. If you walk away, if you choose to be nothing, I'll lose my mind. That's not my problem. It will be." He grabbed my wrist, squeezed. I could feel his fingers digging into my skin, leaving impressions. "Because I'll make it my mission to ruin anyone who gets close to you. Anyone you smile at. Anyone who makes you laugh. I'll destroy them. You're insane."
"I'm obsessed."
His voice dropped to a whisper. "There's a difference." I pulled my wrist free. My skin was red where he'd held it. "Then let me go," I said. "Right now. Or prove that you mean it." "How?" "End it with her. Today. After school. If you don't, we're done. 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 No more nights. No more locked doors. No more hands." I pushed past him. My hand found the door handle. The metal was cold. "The choice is yours." I opened the door. Light flooded in harsh, blinding. Behind me, he spoke. "Teo." I didn't turn around. "After school. My car. If you're not there, I'll have my answer." I walked out. Didn't look back. But my heart was pounding. My hands were shaking. And I knew, no matter what he chose, nothing would ever be the same. If you want to know what happens after school, whether he ends it with his girlfriend or whether I get no response, whether I let him destroy me or save me, you know what to do. Subscribe, like, and stay in the dark with Yowie Darkroom. I'll see you in the next episode.